the honor of moderating this panel. Dr. Hernández is a graduate with honors, and he obtained a doctorate in political science from the National Autonomous University in Mexico, the most important university in Latin America. During years, he was a professor of history, of philosophy, and sociology in teaching institutions in Cuba. During the last decade, he worked as a researcher at the Center of Studies on Latin America in Havana. As a researcher, Dr. Yanes worked with academic institutions from several countries in the region, and he formed part of the boards of 2 international networks of non-government organizations and academic institutions in the Caribbean area. Dr. Yanes has published extensively on governability and democracy, civil-military relationships, in the Caribbean basin, in specialized magazines and academic journals, mainly on Latin America and the Caribbean. His most recent publication, some methodological notes on the regional debate, globalization and its significance for the Caribbean basin. It's a great honor to have his contribution. We also have with us Joe Suarez, who is the activist by vocation in human rights, and he presently is the international director of the National Secretary of the Cuban Democratic Organization, an organization struggling for democracy and nonviolent solutions for the problem of Cuba. He has presented occasions of violations of human rights in Cuba before the Human Rights Organization of the UN and before the Inter-American Human Rights Organization. His articles have been published broadly by the press in the South Florida and in several countries in Europe. Also, we have with us our friend Iane Fuentes, an author and feminist, a founder of the Cuban Women's Network, an activist in human rights over the last 30 years, the author of Cuba Without a Leader, a feminist approach for the 21st century. Also, she supports women workers in Cuba, and she's in the panel. I don't know. Who would like to start?